SPY coming back in here. Okay, be right back. Just looking for stocks here. TGTX pretty weak right now. A lot of oil and gas weak. Dan says 11 o'clock already. Time morning flies when you're looking at charts with nothing to trade. Yeah, it's pretty tough right now. Come on, buddy. Get your cookie. Get your cookie. Did he go out this morning?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. What you got on your nose? piece of, I don't know, looks like something from outside.
Lint?
No, it's not lint. It looks like a piece of grass or something. Boy, that's a boy. Gotta have some cereal. Yeah. Oh. There you go, buddy. All right. Ryan, do I wait for a bounce off the 8 EMA for a moment? Yeah, I'm not gonna touch AEHL up this high. I want, and it may keep going, but I'd be looking for a pullback. This is a fairly, obviously this is a Momo stock, but on the 5-minute chart, yeah, I'd be looking for at least a pullback to the VWAP here. And preferably I'd like to see him drop down to around $5.30, but then that would be what I'd shoot for. But a bounce off the VWAP would also be okay as long as you get your stop set just below the VWAP. Okay? Okay, be back in just a minute. Oh. Doot, 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 doot. The burp. We're going through this milk. Yeah. Amazon cancels lots of shipments coming from China today.
Really? Can you imagine? Well, that's no good. There goes my Temu opinion. Everything Amazon uses comes from China.
Yep.
China. Jeff is not gonna be happy.
He's a big Trump supporter.
Huh?
He's a big Trump supporter.
Was.
Still is.
Was.
These people haven't heard about ETTD.
About what?
ETTD. Everything Trump touches dies.
Yeah. Yeah. They're gonna learn about it.
Government talking about they may have to bail out the farmers. Again.
He's loving the publicity.
All right, so again, I'm watching AHL as a potential Momo, also looking at the SPY, which is trying to bounce. It's just chopping all over the place. You see it's just below the VWAP. SBLK bounced a little bit, hit close to $2, but about $1.95 I think is where it got to. Again, I'm out of it because I forgot to change my sell order to $2, so I get out at $1.75. Momo's starting to bounce a little bit here. Off of lows. Oxy's still down 1.27%. ExxonMobil still down 1.12%. Oil's still weak. Market trying to bounce here a little bit. It's just slightly above the VWAP here. Colors changing, momentum bouncing around. Just nothing here to trade. And the premiums on a lot of these stocks are really, really jacked up. Take a look at Z when I have a minute, Roger. Yeah, it was showing some weakness this morning. It's putting in a green candle right now. Daily chart on Z right here. Zillow. Again, support here at 57.19. Pretty decent short setup. Back below the 200. AEHL took a nice bounce off of the, I didn't catch it, but it took a nice bounce off of the VWAP right there. Right at pretty close to the high of the day. Might be halted right now. Right, you took that AEHL. Nice trade. Very nice trade. In and out for 127% gain. Can't complain about that. Beautiful trade. Again, it ran right from about 570 up to 709. Ryan, can I speak to what I look for from an exit on Momo? Really, really hard. I mean, it's really difficult because these things are so volatile. You know, you can look for some momentum drops, but you know, like an AEHL right now, it apparently is halted right now. That's what it looks like, and so you know, you've just got to set some profit targets and have them working and take the money because it moves up and down so quickly. I mean, sometimes they'll run all day long, but most of the time they chop around a lot. So you have to be fairly prudent. All you can do is just find something that is a level that you'd be happy taking a profit at and get out. Because you don't know if they're going to keep going or if they're going to turn around and head right back down again. And that's always a problem. I mean, if you look at VERO, which was a nice one this morning, you know, if you try to stay in it, you try to stay in these things and milk them, this is what happens. This is $14.50 for a high. It's down to $7.76. So I mean, that's 50% drop. That's why you've got to set your profit targets. You got to have your stops in place. Like on AEHL, if you get into that, which I think you did right around the VWAP here, then you know, that would be your stop. But at this point in time, it's halted. You probably want to be out of the trade. There is no easy way to determine where you're going to take profits on these kind of trade stops. They just move too much. Yeah, you have to be nimble with these. That's an understatement. You have to be very nimble. I don't recommend them for most traders. You've got to be fairly experienced and you have to have obviously good emotional control, and you've got to be able to read price action. Okay, thanks for the questions, Ryan. Appreciate it. It says to believe your eyes, not your gut. Yeah, that was one of the errors I talked about that retail traders make was trading what they think or what their gut tells them, as opposed to actually trading what's actually right in front of them. Again, one of the big problems with the options right now today, from even stocks that look good, is the premiums are really jacked up. I mean, some of these stocks have massive implied volatilities on them, so the premiums are really jacked up to the moon on these things, and it's very difficult to try to trade them. And we don't really have much market direction here at all. What?
I say today, I'm having a hard time executing tasks.
The answer to that is don't do any.
Huh?
The answer to that is don't do any.
Yeah, that's an easy answer. Not quite the answer. Did you eat your food? Yes? You want to go outside? Outside? No? Want to eat your num-nums?
Marilyn, you can't get your cascading down scanner to work. It's only showing one stock Ollie. Hmm. It depends on what, I'm not sure what is watch list you're scanning for it. I think these scans I've got on here are for all the stocks, all the U.S. stocks. You may just be scanning a portion of that. You may have a watch list of something you're scanning against. I'm not sure exactly why that would do that, because these are both lists of all the stocks. And I forget. I'd have to go back and look. I can't remember how you go in and change the watch list that you're scanning against. Somebody in the Discord room might know how you check that, because I don't. I know I just got this checking for all the stocks. Interesting. I don't even have Ollie on mine. But it would have qualified right there to be on the cascading down. I don't know why it's not showing up here. I don't know the answer to that, Marilyn. I'm sorry. Probably check with somebody in Discord, or you could check with Rightline. They may be able to. Sergio could probably tell you why. Whoops. Marilyn, I don't know why that's doing that. You're only seeing Ollie on there. Somebody, it depends on which watch list you're scanning, and I don't even have Ollie on mine, which I it's kind of weird. But sometimes these scans lag a little bit, and also it depends on which watch list you're actually running the scan against. I think these here are being run against all stocks, all U.S. stocks. You can change what you're running against, but again, not being an expert on Thinkorswim, I can't tell you off the top of my head. I'd have to research it. One thing about Ollie, by the way, Marilyn, is you notice with the 200-day moving averages, always make sure you look at your daily chart before you decide to take any trades. You see how close that is to the 200-day moving average. That's going to be a support for Ollie. It's by going nowhere.
You got meat there, buddy.
Oliver, why is your nickname a bargain store outlet? I know it's not a real question, but it's funny. Might as well interrupt with a little humor today because there's not much we can do trading wise. Watching SBLK, still weak, bunched up a little bit, but I'm watching these AHEL, but I'm not going to touch it up here.
This says mostly sunny 65.
Hmm. God bless you out there.
Thank you.
Again, can't really give out any trades to take right now because this is just a chop market. Trying to find anything to trade, very, very difficult. There's some of the oil stocks bouncing up as Apache, CVE, Devon Energy. There's the Dollar General. That's not very impressive there. Can't really do much right now today. Haven't traded. I can't trade anything. Anything that is decent is way too expensive as far as options are concerned. I was looking at TGTX, biotech for a short, but way too expensive on the options. Mallow, would I consider something like CORT for a biotech if it breaches the 50-day SMA 100 as a profit target? Yeah, I mean it's pretty tight. It's pretty tight. I mean it's breaking down pretty hard, and then, yeah, your profit target's down there around $61. Yeah, I mean I would consider it. It's a big bull flag which has been broken, and the volume's not that great today on this down move. It has been pretty big previously, but volume's not that great today. Yeah, I mean I would consider it. It's not. I'm not going to take it. If you're going to use the stock, that's one thing. I'd have to look at the options. Most of the options are really overpriced right now. Let me look what court looks like. The month only has monthlies trading at 65.50. And it only has $5 spreads on the put. You either got to buy, you have to buy $70 puts for April 17th. That's next week. There's 620 by $7, and they've got $4.45 of intrinsic value in them. So I mean, it's really relatively expensive for just a week out. You're going to pay about $2, a little over $2, and the spread's pretty wide, 620 by 7. A little too much. It's a little too expensive for my taste, but the setup technically is okay. But it's got to break through there and close below there, and by the time it closes below there, you'll be closer to the 100, and that means your profitability will be limited as far as how much money you can make on it. Okay. SPY just up and down, above the VWAP, below the VWAP. This is just chop. Very low probability trading environment. Pretty big ranges. I mean, these are pretty big ranges on the SPY here, just like yesterday. But this is just not tradable as far as I'm concerned. This is not tradable price action. You've got too much tentative news that can destroy your position in just an instant if some news comes out. So you got to be very selective about what you're trying to trade. And SPY coming back down again. Alfie, stop. My dog went crazy there for a minute. All right, so again, I'm just watching the market. You can see what we're doing here. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Here's where we opened this morning. Here's where we are. We haven't gone any place. Market is just flat as a pancake. This is untradeable price action on the SPY. There may be some stocks you can trade. I haven't come across any, especially if you want to do options. They're too expensive. Just, again, protect your money right now. Don't be taking any kind of crazy risks, which right now is basically trading anything. I know it's not what you want to hear, but this is the fact. This is the reality of the market right now. It's news driven. Anything can happen. So But coming up on 12 o'clock, market has not gone anyplace. And if we look at back where we opened here this morning, here's the open, right there. A little bit of a gap down from here to here. This is where we opened, 495.27. We're within about 50 cents of that. This is just, this is low probability trading environment, what we call LPTE. This is just trash to try to trade this stuff. I mean, there's no direction. No direction to the market. Most stocks are just chopping around. I've tried to find something that looks decent. Some of the pharmaceuticals, look at how Pfizer is. Gap down, flat as a pancake. You can't straddle or strangle anything for two reasons. One, they're all compressing, and two, the premium options are too high. So you sit and watch. I'm just going through charts, that's all. Yeah, there's just no edge right now to try to trade. Johnson & Johnson gap down again. They're talking about putting tariffs on pharmaceuticals now, so pharmaceutical companies took a little bit of a pounding this morning, but they're just not going anywhere. They're just moving sideways. Neogen, a potential short, but this is coming off of earnings. NEOG, it's been drifting down. Bad earnings and just drifting down. No, cheap stock, $3.91. Okay. Am I short or long? Am I short or long LPTE? The old it's the stand-up comedians over in the Discord room. And this is I mean, with such chaos in the market and the bonds and the tariffs, this is really a boring market right now. There's just not much going on at all. Of course, we're down almost about 20% from the market high, so we're entering bear market territory. Coming up on 12 o'clock. QA cooks, Lulu leaking lower in this chop. Yeah, it's leaking lower. It's got some support levels here, not too far away. Yesterday's low is where it is right now.
One more time over this.
Here's the Lulu chart, by the way. QA cooks. There's the Lulu chart with the horizontal support and resistance levels on it. There's the low yesterday. I see the low yesterday, 243.74. Low today, 242.45. And it's trading at 244.20. So again, it's got to be below 243.74 to break down. But even at that, you've got some more support. Notice how this touched here, here, and here. All these bottoms of these things are right at the same level. And here's the next one down after that. If you can get through there, a little bit of room to the downside. That's what Lulu looks like. There's just nothing here to trade as far as I'm concerned. I can't really trade anything. And selling premium is the best thing you can do, but it's really difficult right now. You have to sell. You'd have to, if you want to sell premium, you'd be selling on naked puts, and you would only do that on stocks that you want to own at a lower price. You're welcome, QA. You're welcome. I'm going to cut for lunch here pretty soon. Be the most exciting part of the day so far today, lunch. SBLK compressing. BTU took a beating, bounce this morning on talk about trying to boost coal output, and then it's just come back down. It's just moving sideways. I mean, most everything is just moving sideways here. Amazon, Google, Apple had a good morning and popped up a little bit. Now just sideways. QA, you're in cash. Yeah, well, that's the smart thing to do. Cash is king right now. I posted that the little graphic on that yesterday. cash is king. That's all you can do. You have something happens today or tomorrow. There's no telling. And even in this market, even if something happens, it can get reversed immediately. This is very, very difficult trading when you're depending on news, tariff news, bond news. But you know, right now the bond market is kind of messed up today. Um, Interest rates are going up. Uh, the bond market is basically inverted. I mean, 5-year yields are higher than 30-year yields. I mean, it's an inverted bond market, and that's never a good thing. Credit issues are not a good thing for the market. They're probably the worst thing for the market. That's what happened in 2008 with credit problems. So we're gonna have to see how this shakes out with the tariffs. I mean, it's gonna have some impacts on the global economy for sure, and here in the United States as well. I mean, this is gonna have put some real. Will be interesting to see when the earnings start coming out, what companies, if they put out guidance at all for the next coming quarters or for some multiple quarters. All right, TGL moving up fast for some reason. No telling, is there? Yeah, big pop in it. Big volume spike. $1.6 million shares traded. Float 7.4 million. It's not exactly a tremendous Momo stock, but it's a big move for sure. I don't know I don't see any news on it, so I don't have any idea what caused that. just big pop. AEHL coming down. All right, so I'm going to grab some lunch. I'll go ahead and close down the YouTube feed. Thanks very much out there, everybody on YouTube, for being here today. I appreciate it. I put a video, I put a link in the beginning of it to a video I did on the most common errors that a lot of retail traders make that impact their trading so that they cannot become consistently profitable. So if you want to click on that, you'll be able to pick up that video. Again, I appreciate you being here today, and we'll see everybody tomorrow around 11 o'clock. Have a good one.